North Carolina.
Blah, 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 work, blah, 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 blah.
Get ready for liftoff.
Hello and welcome to the Ponyverse podcast. I'm Helen.
And I'm Little Megs.
And we have a very special guest here today. Our first guest in months.
Yeah.
She's a Taurus. She hails from Conover, North Carolina. She was Thrift Pony's top consignor in 2023 and 2024. Miss Mindy Zimmerman.
Hello.
Welcome. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
And talk about everything thrifting and just... You're like one of the coolest. So Mindy actually works at Thrift Pony too. Mm-hmm. So you're like one of the coolest people I think that works at Thrift Pony. So we're excited to chat some more.
Yay.
Before we get into it, can you just like very high level talk about your background and how you ended up working here at Thrift Pony?
Just my career background.
Life in general. Like you can start with when you were born. I don't know.
So graduated from Appalachian State in healthcare management, and I thought I was going to work at a nursing home, and then ended up doing health insurance from 96 to probably 2 years ago, 2024. It wasn't the most exciting career, never really loved it, but just did it because it afforded me to work from home, be with my two daughters, and help us out financially. Mm-hmm. So I would say 2 years ago, I took the leap and quit my corporate job. Yeah. And I was trying to think what I was going to do, kind of phase 2 of my life. I'm now an empty nester, don't have a corporate job, and so what was I going to do? And I found Helen at Thrift Pony because I considered and thought for a minute that I might do something similar. So I had a couple friends mention to me about doing a similar to Pony Box, like for South Charlotte, style bundles, things like that. And so I was researching, like, is there anything out there right now similar? And so I found Thrift Pony and followed them, loved what they were doing. Probably found the Instagram before you even started the consignment store, I think, or when you opened. And they posted for a position, and I applied. And they. So that's how I came here.
I remember like my first memory of you it wasn't even you, but I was in Atlanta for the Taylor Swift concert in like 2023, and that was my first time ever leaving the store, like since we first opened. And I came back, and in the back there were these like 3 bins of like the best clothes I've ever seen. I was like, what the heck, Megan, this is insane. She said, yeah, like this really cool lady and her daughter just came in, and they like thrifting together. And I was like, oh my god, this is insane. And then you came back a bunch of times. Yes. Or it was usually like your husband would drop off your stuff for you. And I was like, I hadn't like met you for a while. It was like you were like this like elusive person, and I was like, her stuff is incredible. And it was always like Nate would come and be like, hey. And I was like, wow, she has the most incredible stuff. And then when you applied, I was like, I have to hire her. She was like, she's so good at thrifting. So.
Yeah, I remember when you first came in, I think you had like a big teal bucket or something like that.
Yeah,
and
I remember the bucket.
I like went through it and I was like, oh my god, like we had like 50 consigners at the time, so I was like, oh my god, this is the best one ever. And then I literally, this is when we had the curtain, and like I would not talk to anybody that consigned. Like the person at the front counter would like check them in. Mm-hmm. So then I remember it's like, I'm gonna be courageous and I'm gonna go talk to her right now and tell her how good it was. And I remember you and Amelia were in like the pants room, which was just a black room, and y'all were just standing there. I was like, Mindy. And yeah, your stuff was so good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so thrifting is something I've always loved to do. I feel like I was brought up at TJ Maxx with my mom, and we would go and dig and scour and try to find outfits. We never really went to the mall and bought an outfit. And we did yard sales, and she did auctions and things like that. So I always kind of loved the thrill of the hunt. finding something different, but that you could apply to kind of fashion today. And so it's been a really fun, creative outlet for me, and a way to make a little extra money.
Yeah. And like, I love having you on the team because like, you are older than us. Like, you're not old, and you're the coolest person ever. But like, I don't want to call you old because you're not. But like, you're older than us, and you have more life experience. And so I think it's just cool to have someone who's been through a little bit more. And I don't know. I feel like we have such a like diverse range of personalities, but also like, I don't know. I like having you here because you're like a mom, but you also like, you're like one of us too. And it's been really fun. So, can you talk to us a little bit about like where you go thrifting and like what your process is?
Yes. So, it's changed and evolved some, because, I'm super happy working at Thrift Pony, and so I'm not looking to go out on my own, and really have not been doing vendor shows or anything like that. So what I thrift and how I thrift, I think about Thrift Pony. And Megan, Little Megs, does a great job about keeping us up to date on what's selling, what's popular today. It changes with the trends and things like that. So I use that as my inspiration, really. And also what I like, what I think will look good on people, what I envision my daughters buying, and what they would say to me about something. So, and I also follow a lot of like Instagram accounts where I get inspiration, and I might see something that is, a brand that's super expensive, but I know that you can thrift it and find it in that same shape, and it'll be unique. So that's that. My inspiration changes, but typically I hit the Goodwills out in South Charlotte, and I don't ever go on Tuesday, even though I'm close to getting the discount, but I am not there.
What's Tuesday?
Senior.
Oh, senior day.
And it is.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, it is
I've never
aggressive.
gone.
You don't go on a Tuesday. And they do ask me sometimes if I qualify for the discount.
Oh,
I know.
what?
And I want to say yes, but I'm too honest. I'm like, no, I'm not. So, but anyways, I try to go early in the morning. And I just tell myself like 20 minutes, because I can usually go through and see, what Thrift Pony obviously would like. I hit the coats always because that's my favorite piece of clothing in general. I have way too many, and go to the sweaters, dresses, things like that.
Yeah. Do you just do Goodwill, or are there like other spots? Like what's like your like normal rotation when you're in Charlotte?
Right. So in the winter I'll do Goodwill because coats and sweaters, and it's worth my time to do. In the summer where it's shorts and tops and tanks and things like that, Goodwill has gotten expensive, really. And so I try to go out. So anytime I'm traveling to Raleigh, to the mountains to see my dad, and Hickory, anything like that, I'm always, looking, thrift along the way, and I stop. And so if I can go to different places besides Goodwill, it's worth my time.
Yes.
There's one in Lexington, North Carolina that I won't miss. It doesn't matter how tired I am. I go every time I go to Raleigh, where both my daughters live. But consistently, and I would say the last 6 months, it's been mostly Goodwill.
Goodwill, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that makes sense because it's a good thing that sometimes Goodwill has a cap when it comes to certain items, like jackets and sweaters. Like, you don't want to spend more than like $10 on them. But like when it comes to tops, like it was $5. That's
really
really
like $7 sometimes.
Yeah. So then going to like a Bargain Hunters or a Value
Yes.
Village, like that's when it makes more sense.
Yes, for sure. So like now, I think there was an article that just came out. I don't know if you saw, Charlotte on the Cheap, and it was 140 top thrift and vintage stores within Charlotte. So that's going to be what I'm going to be hitting up. And, there's a Rock Hill Hospice one that's really good, and the prices are great.
I've heard that one. I haven't been yet, but I think actually Olivia told me.
Probably,
about it.
yes.
Yeah, but
Olivia's her daughter.
Oh yeah.
She also loves to thrift.
She
does a
does.
lot with like kids' clothes and stuff.
At Judy's Attic.
At
Yes.
Judy's Attic.
Yes.
Check out her business.
Yes, exactly.
How old are your daughters?
So I have a 24-year-old and a 20-year-old who will be 21 in April. So
It's 21.
I know, and she's so sad because all her friends are 21. But yes, I have been married for 30 years this year. Thank you. And then we had, kids like 6 years into our marriage. So it definitely doesn't feel like I should be an empty nester. It's it happened way too fast. But I'm embracing this new laid back life. Sometimes I have to fight because I'm used to being busy.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it.
You also have such a youthful energy. I don't know. You're just kind of whatever.
Yeah, but you also find ways to fill your time. You thrift, and then you do stuff around your house, like decorating home decor and stuff, and then you help babysit a neighbor, and you play a lot of tennis.
Yes.
I do.
Mindy has the coolest house I've ever been to, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Well, I feel like when your husband used to drop off your stuff, he would be like, our house looks like our extra rooms look like a thrift pony, but you had us all over to play in the pool, and we I don't even remember, but it was just the wallpaper, and I feel like you do such a good job mixing color in a way that's not kindergarten throw up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Where it's still very tasteful. I don't know. I feel like as a person who loves colorful decorating, there's been times where I've been oh, I went too crazy with the color, and now it's looks insane in here. And I feel like yours, it's so nicely balanced.
Well, it's evolved.
Yeah.
Because my very first house, I think every room was painted. I've always loved color.
Yeah.
And I never wanted a white sterile house.
Yeah.
And I went, every room was a different color. Nothing, this is a green room. This is a red room.
Yeah.
And then you just learn. I just kind of self-taught. Okay, well, I kind of need one color at least through.
Yeah.
So it's evolved. There's been many mistakes along the way for sure.
Yeah.
I guess when you thrift, kind of you said you thrift more for pony now, but when you thrift clothing, what is your guidelines? You always have very standout pieces. Do you look for fun knits? Do you look for the color? Do you look for weird shapes? And then also, what is it for home decor that you look for? Because again, you have a really nice balance of all of it in your house, and you're always finding cool little pieces.
And we see a lot of people who thrift, and you, I think, are the best one.
Oh,
I don't know, no, seriously, I'm not even, I don't know.
We have the data to prove it.
No,
too.
we literally, and we'll talk about that more later. But how, I don't know, you're just so good at it, and maybe we're just similar, and it's just you're good at really good at thrifting, our tastes.
Right.
But what do you?
No, so, and I say I thrift for Thrift Bunny. I do, for sure. But I do also thrift for myself and thrift for my girls and for my husband and all of those things. I like something unique for sure, like a fun knit, a jacket that is funky but not too funky. Lately, thanks to Little Megs and Helen, I'm really looking at made in USA, 100% wool, 100% cotton. I now have to bring my readers. So I can read the tag. So I'm really focusing on that as well, just because it's so important. But so I would say I'm looking for unique and I'm comfortable. If it's a scratchy wool, I know I wouldn't want to wear it. And I don't think anybody else would either. I'm looking for the shape. It just depends. I love a mission. If someone says, "Hey, I'm looking for this," then I'm, doing that because I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And I feel like when you hear someone request something too, it helps. It seems more obvious to find in the store too. Yeah.
But what about home goods? Because I cannot thrift that kind of stuff. It's so hard for me.
I know, and so that one's, I would say that's a little bit harder because I think people really scour, especially Goodwill, you know, but I'm looking for something like wooden, unique, funky, like it definitely has a story. I have found two like wooden horse bookends that are just, I love them. They're in my bedroom now. And like, so I find that, then I go off of the thrill of that for a couple of months, but I'm not as successful in finding funky, good quality, handmade. That's another thing I'm always looking for, is handmade, you know, a piece of art, things like that. So I always look when I'm there, and then I just know it when I see it, you know.
I feel like it's easier to get thrift blindness with home decor than like I don't know, like because now that I have a house, I feel like I'll buy things and I'll be like, I just bought all this like junk.
I know.
Like now I just have these like cups. Like,
and I'm trying to do better because like when I first, you know, started this after my career, I would, you know, if it was a vintage glass, I got it, and then I'm like, what am I doing? You know, like what am I doing with this? Like I don't need 3 of one and 2 of one. Even though I do like my, you know, we use plates and everyone's different that I've thrifted, and it's just because I, you know, like it and, and I think it adds character. But I would say handmade pottery, something carved in wood, you know.
Well, your mom was also like a ceramicist?
She was, and she was like folk art, whimsy. And so I just love anything whimsy and just weird, you know, like I just got like this little cowboy made of beads painting, you know. I don't think anybody would have ever picked it up, and I, you know, thought it was the coolest thing. So something different, you know, handmade, I would say.
Do you typically go to Goodwill for that kind of stuff? I know we've been to like estate sales.
So there's a small what's the big thrifting mall?
Sleepy Poet.
Sleepy Poet. A small one called Brass Grasshopper.
My mom was talking about that.
It's always good. And their prices are good. And I mean, you have to hit it, but I go there if I'm really looking for something. We got a desk there recently. So they're I would say their prices are good, and their vendors are very well curated.
How often do you go like thrifting or vintage shopping? A week or a month?
Yeah. So I was going crazy for a while because, again, before I started working at Thrift Pony, I thought that I might open something on my own. And then when I decided I was not going to do that, I didn't want to keep all the inventory because it was taking over my house. So I probably went, I don't know, 6 months this year, really not thrifting very much unless it was for personal, and, you know, going through my inventory. So now, I mean, I would say like if it's been 3 or 4 days, I'm like, I want to go thrifting. You know? So, you know, I look at my week and I'm like, okay, Wednesday, I don't really have anything. Okay, you know, and I plan. So it varies. I want to do more estate sales. I just haven't, like the ones around Charlotte, they're really crowded, competitive, and not many clothes there. So,
Did you like? Okay, I want to know. This is kind of switching gears to more on like fashion. What were people wearing in like Conover, North Carolina, in like the 80s?
Yes,
that's when you were a teenager, right?
Yes. Yes. So even in high school in Conover, really tiny high school, I was wearing very colorful sweaters, knits. I remember one time my dad took me shopping, the only time in my whole life, and he took me to the mall, and we got an outfit at Limited, I think it was the Limited, and he got me the paisley t-shirt. It was like 5 pieces, and everything that went with it. The scrunchie that went with it, the skirt, you know, and of course my mom's like, "What would you go take her to?" You know, and it had tights underneath paisley, then a skirt.
You would wear
this? I think I have a picture. I will send it to you.
We can put the picture on the YouTube.
Yes.
At our producer.
So I like, you know, colorful. You know, before. So that was probably 7th and 8th, and then I went through a phase where my favorite artist was Jon Bon Jovi, and I dressed just like him. Hair, Aquanet, I had bangs, I did like hairspray wings, ripped up jeans. We would spend so much time like ripping up our shirts and our jeans, you know, to look just like them. I don't really know why I did that, but so that was the 80s, and then it went to like really colorful, like bright patterns. And then my freshman year and sophomore year of college, we wore hiking boots, oversized overalls, and flannels. So, you know, so I look at like people now at football games, we looked as bad as we possibly could.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the style.
Like people now look better, and you look better than you guys look.
Yes. We were trying to like, nothing was, I mean, everything was just oversized and like, it was like we're going to go hiking, you know, so a football game.
But it, like, it was apt.
It was
like
apt,
it was mountain town. So
It was.
Was that? So that was like early 90s.
Early 90s.
Okay.
That was part of my questions. I was like,
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was gonna ask you to like describe your aesthetics between like your different phases of life, like young adult, being a first-time mom, being like a woman who works in the corporate environment with 2 kids, and then now that you're an empty nester, like what are your different aesthetics between these times?
Yeah. What was
That's
like your
true.
uniform for each one?
True. So in high school, you know, I followed the trends, I would say.
Jon Bon Jovi.
Yeah, if that would be, that totally. That picture is also popped collar, you know. And then I did, I was following the trends mostly. I would say when I started my job, and that's a whole different story, that was 96. I got a job at a company through like a connection my dad had. And he said, yeah, she could come work here. He's the owner of the company. And I remember I was in pantyhose, skirt. I had no desk, no computer. No one even knew why I was there. Okay? And I would go walk around and just say, hey, can I help you with something? Can I help you? And then they're like, can you fax this? I didn't know how to. They don't teach how to fax in college, you know. And it was a mess. So when I first started working, it was very business casual, like you know, dressing for no reason because no clients came in the office. I didn't go out of the office, and then it got a lot more casual. And I would try to wear to work what I would wear at home. You know, not like jeans, but like a fun, flowy dress, sneakers, you know, something like that. But I would say now I'm still drawn to dressy clothes, but I have nowhere to wear 'em.
Yeah.
And so I'm really trying to, like, when I buy something, think, where am I going to wear this? You know, in my everyday life, it's really casual.
Yeah.
But you make it fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love fashion, and I do like to make it fun, and I try so hard when you're out thrifting not to overbuy, or if I do, I'm like trying to, I send it back to thrift, you know, like I try to make it circular for sure, so I wear the pieces that are in my closet, but comfortable is really it. I mean, it's number one for me.
Even like those tennis skirts you got here the other day, Mindy bought two?
Yeah.
Or was it just one?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't end up getting the purple one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I might.
She got this fun tennis skirt from Pop Flex that we got in, and it was like a black kind of tulle tiered one. And like,
It's so cute. It's
I'd
purple.
never seen anything like that before,
Yeah.
but like it makes sense for you to have that in your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Just like, of course you're gonna stunt on everybody when you're on the
When you're playing
tennis court.
tennis.
Yeah,
I do love to thrift tennis clothes. Like if it's a fun skirt.
And like vintage tennis stuff is so fun.
Yes, I do love that.
That's actually a good segue to my next question. So I feel like you more than any. So okay, there's like been a lot of discourse on TikTok of like there being like 2 different sides of Charlotte, and I feel like there's the like suburban like kind of corporate side, and then the like artsy fartsy side. And I feel like you like exist kind of in both sides, like. And your superlative at our holiday party was suburban sweetheart. So, what do you feel like are, I guess, what have you learned like since working at Thrift Pony, just from being on like, I don't know, do you feel like it's like a different side of Charlotte, like being around
for sure.
Thrift Pony people? And then like, what do you feel like are the biggest differences, and what have you learned from like being in this very like artsy, like I guess younger side where people kind of have all different types of like life paths and like self-expressions versus the like kind of more country club side?
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. And I would say I would move to the RC side if we, I don't know, but like
Yeah.
if we could afford it at
Yeah.
this time, you know, like we moved out there for schools, but I would love to live, you know, closer in. But with that being said, Thrift Pony, all the employees are diverse, artistic, creative, positive, so motivated. So I learned so much from them. And I would say that my daughters helped me get there. You know, like, I feel like some of my friends might be in shock, you know, like, but my daughters, especially
like
one,
a bridge. Yeah.
is, you know, is very like artistic, different life path. So I've learned a lot from her. But I would say artistic. I mean, I feel like I work with a lot of different people, and I love it. Like everyone's so positive, and it's such a creative, like everyone is encouraged to what am I trying to say? Like give their ideas to the team. Like, you know, everybody is working towards the same goal, and I think people feel really proud to work there.
What do you think like your tennis friends would be most shocked to like learn? Or like what do you think would like shock them the most?
Yes.
Like
So
about the innards of Thrift Pony, or just like I don't know, just like a day in that environment.
yeah, well, they do ask me a lot, or not, some of them ask me a lot of questions, you know. So I don't think they're surprised about like I am who I am, like so that doesn't change, but I feel like the fashion that some of the staff wear, you know, everyone has their own style, and it's just like it's self-expression, and it definitely doesn't fit like a certain aesthetic, you know, like okay, are we all wearing jeans and a blazer?
Yeah.
Or like you'll come in and see anything, and they make it look good, and they're proud to, you know, put together an outfit, and I think they feel really good when they come to work. So I would say like the fashion, you know, and I would also say that most of my friends probably aren't great at thrifting, you know. Like I mean, some people just don't even like shopping. Like, like going to dig in a store that's busy probably
is like a lot.
Yeah. Like it depends on the person, but yeah.
What are your friends wearing? Like what's the uniform?
So yeah, I think
like I feel like it's like dresses, like the dress and like sneaker.
Yes, dress and sneaker, and I feel like recently, and it could just be like what we're doing together, like dresses, boots, I think sweaters, two-piece sets.
Like a lot of like Anthropology, or like where do they shop most?
Yes, I would say Anthropology, or they do like a rental,
like an Uli.
Yeah. But like some of my friends, like they have corporate jobs, but I only see them, you know, when we're playing tennis or, you know, like being social. So, yeah, I would say like dresses.
But you're really good at helping purchase things for them to send their wardrobe. Like I feel like you're always like, oh, let me send this to, I don't know, Jennifer or something.
I do. And I try to, you know, like I have a best friend in Winston, Jackie, and
that's the name
I
I was trying to remember.
And like I think she overthinks fashion, you know, and it's because she has 3 daughters and they'll give their opinion. I'm like, well, do you like it?
They're probably overly critical. Yeah.
Yes. Do you feel good in it? Do you like it? Like, what do you think? You know, because like fashion's not that serious. It's really like what makes you feel good, regardless if it's on trend.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, having daughters though, I feel like it has to be hard because I would like roast my mom.
Oh yeah.
Now looking back, I'm like, oh.
yeah. I know. I'm sure my girls. They roast me. They usually don't roast me about my clothes, but about everything else.
Okay, no, they like love because they'll be like I remember Olivia being like, Mindy's so much happier like since working at Thrift Pony, and like I feel like they like love, like whenever we post anything, they'll be like, yay, Mindy, like, and they're very supportive. So.
Yeah, they are, and you know, my corporate job, it was sucking the life out of me for sure.
Yeah. If you could, like, I know you kind of mentioned how, like, that was the thing you would do, like, that was just, like, the culture of the time in, like, the 90s. It was, like, you just get a job and you, like, work there.
Yeah.
And, like...
And you don't change.
Yeah, like, what would you, if you could go back, like, would you do anything differently? Or would you do it the same? Because, like, obviously it set you guys, like, set up your family well and, like, gave you good benefits and all that.
Yeah, no, I've learned, you know, you learn a lot from the mistakes you make. And I wasn't brave enough, you know, to think, well, what's my dream? You know, because I kept thinking, well, if I have a job, then I can have my dreams, you know. And so, you know, my youngest, Amelia, is a junior in college, and she doesn't really know what she wants to do. And I said, it doesn't matter. Like, what do you love? You know, we both watch this account where this is a mother's assistant where she'll go in and, like, do these 3 or 4 houses, and she's like, I love that. I'm like, do it. Like, what, you know, because you're going to learn from all of your, you know, the jobs you take and the people you meet and, like, what you're good at, what you're not. And just, there's no, just the pressure to go get a job, you know, and move up the ladder. And I was doing all of that. I encourage it the other way, actually. Yeah.
I mean, times have really changed. Especially being from a small town in the South. Like, that wasn't an option.
Yeah, also, don't, like, you, like, now it's so much easier to chase your dreams because you have the internet and you can see a million people doing it, but I feel like back then it probably was, like, you didn't have example. Like, no, I don't know, I feel like you did the best that you could with, like, your information that you had, and, like... I just kept, you know, I worried about benefits and all of that, and you know, there's so many ways to make money and be happy now, that, I would definitely do it different. But, you know, I don't have regrets because I learned about people. I learned, you know, about work relationships. It is valuable,
I don't know. We kind of went over them all.
What I think is, like, okay, I want to talk about your daughters a little more because I think that they're so interesting, and, like, I feel like they're both, like, 2 thrift pony archetype customers in very different ways, because, like, Olivia is, like, I think she described her style as, like, golf peepaw or something. She, like, it was like golf peepaw, and so it's very, like, vintage golf aesthetic, grandma dresses, but also in, like, a smoke cigarettes kind of way.
Marble jacket.
Like overall, like, farm. She works at a farm. And then Amelia is, like, UNC. She goes to UNC. She's very, like, preppy, like preppy, more just, like, traditional. And I feel like both of those are kind of like our customer archetypes, where we, like, try and get the girls who are, like, wearing, I don't know, like, Mystique and, like, Urban Outfitters and, like, Lululemon, and, like, maybe you're a little like, oh, I don't know about thrifting, like, I'm kind of confused, and then the other ones who are like, oh, look at this, like, jacket that smells like cigarettes that has, like, cats and, like, I don't know, whatever on it. So what have you learned, I guess, about, like, what the young kids are wearing from your daughters? Like, I guess first, like, Amelia, and, like, what people are wearing in college now and what they're, like, really into, and then I feel like Olivia just does whatever.
Olivia definitely was, like, on the, you know, 100% cotton knit, all that early. And she thrifts solely. Like, if I bought her something new, she would be offended. Which is great fun.
Does she get, like, inspiration from anyone, or does she just follow her own? Like, I feel like she's so just like, this, I love this, like, and she'll get it, but, like, does she, like...
You know, that's a great question, because she has, like, she has a Pinterest board, and I'm like, where does she find this stuff? Like, it's, like, the most unique, like, school just different, handmade. So she's totally different. And then Amelia has been harder because... especially in high school, she really just wanted to go wear what everyone else was wearing. But she has gone outside a little bit, and she definitely has her own style, and it's taken me a while to figure out what it is, you know, because, like, it's a challenge for me. I want to, like, find things she'll like just to see if I can. So yeah, like, I mean, how do I describe Amelia's style? I mean, I guess, like, she'll hate this. Like, I mean, just like college girl, baby girl, you know.
Is she
loves,
attorney?
like, yes,
okay.
she is.
She's
very much just a Tar Heel.
Yeah.
Like, that is her fashion.
She is
Classic,
like,
yeah.
She loves like dressing. She does love to dress up.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's like preppy. It's like preppy, but still. I feel like I picture her in like tennis skirts.
yeah,
And like a cute little top.
yeah, yeah. And she, what has she been wearing lately? Just a lot of like oversized sweaters. I don't know. I feel like this year's been a little bit more casual.
Yeah.
And in Spain, like she had to dress up a little bit more because you don't wear athleisure unless you're going to work out. And I don't think she did. So like she dressed up a little bit more, but yeah, it's. I don't know. I've just learned like they like what they like. You can't.
Honestly, both of their fashions are combined into you.
Yeah.
I wonder.
You literally are. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, like
anthropology.
Are you inspired by them, or are they inspired by you, or is it like chicken or the egg first, like interchangeable?
I will say that now, like Amelia came home this weekend and we weren't there, and she just kept taking pictures, and she was in my clothes, so she was in the clothes on. But probably a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I would say. I don't know that. I mean, there are certain jackets maybe Olivia would wear, but mostly not.
Yeah. Okay, you said how you were married. You've been almost married for 30 years.
Yes.
How did you guys meet?
Okay, so Nate moved to Conover on the same street as us in 8th grade. And he was from Ohio, and we were just friends in the same friend group. And I like to say he made out with every single one of my friends. All of them. And then we went to college, and he's a year older than me. And I was actually dating his roommate at the time, and then we did a little switcheroo. Yeah. And then we got married right out of college, like engaged the day we graduated. Graduated, same major. My last name was Young, his last name Zimmerman, right beside each other. And then we got married 5 months later. So we were very traditional. We were not going to live together before marriage, and I think that's really why we got married so young.
Yeah.
Did not know what we were doing. I had never even been to a wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I planned a wedding of like 250 people. I know, because we're both from Conover, so we knew like the whole. It was a lot of like my parents.
How'd you afford that?
My parents.
Yeah. We didn't.
Yeah. I mean, our honeymoon. This is what
No, come on, tell us where you go.
This is what we afforded. We went on a Carnival cruise.
Period.
And
as fresh graduates do, like, makes sense.
That's all we could afford. So they didn't pay for that. But we had a good time. We thought that was just the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Charlotte, lived in a garage apartment without a bathroom of my cousin's house, and kept their kids for probably, we were going to try to stay there a year, but
Where'd you go to the bathroom? Just you had to go inside the house?
Yes.
Yeah. They had a book in
Yeah.
the corner.
Yeah. And then that lasted like 6 months, and then but yeah, I mean, bills, like we did, like without the internet, we really did not know what we were doing.
Is one of you like more, because you're not like very type A? Like
I'm
I feel
not
like,
at all.
Like is Nate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's and now what's crazy is when we got married, he was very type A.
Yeah.
And he would he says I still bring it up, and I do. 30 years later, I would catch him rearranging the dishwasher when I.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with someone who does that.
Yeah.
That is so funny because the
I'm
last
still
time
mad
I
about it.
went over to Helen and Alex's,
Yeah.
He said, what did he say? He said something, we have these compartments in the dishwasher for a reason, Helen, and she put it in wrong, and she said, okay, and?
Yeah, I was like, I just feel like there's big, like I think you need to get a hobby if like that's what you're doing. Like I just feel like if that's like you don't have enough, you have too much time on your hands if you're like worried about that.
20 years from now, I want to check in on Alex because Nate was like that.
Does he still do it or no?
And we went to, we were away this weekend, and his suitcase looked like a bomb went off, just like mine. I'm like, Nate, look. He's like, you ruined me. Yeah. He's like, I used to be so neat, and it was just like, he just, I think he realizes like it doesn't matter,
Yeah. what if you, what's like, I don't know how to phrase this question, but for me, I'm always like, I can't imagine, like, I look at my parents and they've been married probably like around the same amount of time, well, like 35 years now maybe, and I'm like, what is that like? Like, do you get to a point where you're just like over, like, I know there's like phases, I guess, but like, what's your advice for, because I feel like you guys are happily married. Like, I feel like you guys are doing good.
Yeah, no, I would say we are. And, you know, there were definitely tough years. You know, raising kids didn't go exactly how we thought it would. But he was always on my side, and I was always on his side. And I think that really grows, like, in marriage. Even, you know, even if maybe I didn't agree, but like, you know, you're trying to build each other up and support each other. And, you know, we were really good about like, if I'm like, go play golf, go, you know, with your friends.
Your
and you know, it's saying, no, I didn't do that when the girls were young. I'm like, when are you going to be home? Yeah. Like, it's been, but, you know, and now, I think it's all about perspective, you know, like what's important, and trying to still have fun and like make plans and like, you know, look to the future and not take life so serious. You know?
Yeah. I think you guys are good. I feel like having like the type A girl and a type A guy is like a good pair, because I feel like when it's like a type B guy and type A, because guys are already kind of like need a little help, so they kind of need to be more type A.
I mean, he gets to travel a lot for work, and you tag along. Like, I feel like that's a perfect example of being able to keep it fun.
Yes, exactly, because we can look, you know, we look forward to something like, and it, you know, because it, you know, I will say, like, going into the empty nest years hasn't been my favorite, like, just because I really felt like my purpose was being a mom, and then, you know, when they become adult children, like, there's no momming. I mean, even if you want to, or, I mean, not like I would want to do. I do mom. I do mom.
But you're good at calls in the middle of the night.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I still do, but like, as far as giving advice or helping, like, I can't really do that, or I can, but they don't. It's not received. So like, you know, trying to, you know, get new hobbies and things like that, and travel's like a big one for sure. But with Nate and I think, you know, we're just good friends too. You know?
I love that.
I mean, you guys grew up together. Not only like before you started dating, as you got married. Like,
for sure.
That is a kid, and
we were kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just like cool that it worked out.
I know. I mean, you know, like, it's like,
because I feel like when you're, I mean, at any age though, it's like, hope this works.
like,
give it your best. And I mean, I'm sure there were definitely hard years. And,
did you ever like almost break up at any point, or have you always been pretty like?
So not when we've been married, but there's like a few fights. And then, like, a few fights, I still think about, like, the dishwasher.
You made out with all my friends. Why wasn't I good enough?
And then I used to always plan his birthday party on the Ohio State-Michigan game, and he would not be in good shape when he get home. And like, so that was,
when's his birthday?
November 24th. So it's always that weekend.
He's a huge.
Wait, is he a Scorpio or a Sagittarius?
Sagittarius.
Wait, Alex and I are Sagittarius because you're a Taurus, and Alex is a Sagittarius.
That's your future.
Yeah,
I
hope.
Yeah, but I was gonna say you're type B, like me, but to be such a good swimmer, I feel like you had to be type A some too. Like, I think it depends on what.
I like twinning.
Yeah,
so I was like, and I have like, you know, I like have that dog in me.
Okay.
So I would like, there's like something in me that would be like, but it was never in like a. I'm not like I can be disciplined, but not in like a
strategic way.
Not like a military way.
And
like,
not everything. It does everything.
And like I would have to take, like in swimming in college, like there would be times like where I would like fake sick, because I'd be like, I can't do this. This is like too, like I don't know. I'm like not the kind of person that can like working hard all the time doesn't equal success for me. Like I have to like take like I have to be like.
Well, that's so. I mean, for you to already know that, you know, too.
Because I would try. Like I would be like. I would try. I'd be like, I'm just gonna work myself to the bone, because like I would see you see a lot of people who have that, because there'd be people on my team, like this one girl, I think about her a lot. She like was not as talented as everyone, but she would work so hard, and she like got really good, and I would be like, damn, like if I could work as hard as you, I would be a freaking Olympian. But like I just like it just wouldn't. It was like
you did what it took.
It was like fighting something supernatural. I don't know. It was just like I can't do this.
You're still kind of like that. You work so freaking hard, and then your body's like kaput.
But it's like
let me get sick.
I like, you think I do, but I think
Because I see it.
But like,
But it's also
no offense, you haven't been around like investment like the people who like
That's
work
true.
like 12-hour days, or like I feel like I've been in worlds where there's like robotic hard worker people, and I'm like, and even like in the small business world, there's people who work like 80-hour weeks, and like for me, if I work like a 45-hour week, I'm like, that was too much. But I also kind of think if you can't get your job done in 8 hours in a day, like you're not doing a very good job. Like, I don't know.
well, also you're doing like you love it and
Yeah.
it's creative and it's your bit,
It's
your
also
business.
mostly hanging out.
Like, I mean, it's
like,
you're working hard because it's obviously, but at the same time, it's fun.
and it's like
it's
most,
not all fun. But
most, and like it's like occasionally you have to yell at people, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
But it's like it's mostly just like showing up, and I'm at the point now where it's like just having chats with people, checking in on things, like making sure things aren't broken, like setting up system type things, like creating content for social media. So it's like it's the hardest part is just getting discombobulated mentally, but not like I'm not like grinding per se. But I also have learned like grinding doesn't equal good for me necessarily. Like
you get burned out.
yeah, like stepping back and like it's like if I took a day off, I feel like then I have more creative ideas. I can think of funnier videos that go more viral, and then like that results in more whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was straight from the topic. But yes,
And
I
like-
love a Sagittarius Taurus. But like yeah, I feel like it. Is he super like? Cause is he like quiet? Are you quieter than him, or is
I'm
he
quieter.
Okay.
So I would say like mostly I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
And to me, what that means is I love like a small group.
Yeah.
And I like deeper relationships and not really a lot of small talk about
Yeah.
whatever. He is an extrovert, like so he can go, to like a conference we were this weekend, and he
Yeah.
just lights up and can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, when I in the corporate world when I had to, I would.
Yeah.
But like when I get home from something like that, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Because it's So I would say, but he can be quiet, for sure. But I would say I'm definitely quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like, how am I gonna phrase this question? So, like, are you Gen X?
I never know.
Well, you're not a
I'm
boomer,
confused.
and you're not a
74,
millennial.
74.
Yeah, you're Gen X. Gen X
Yes.
is what it is?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so you're Gen
Um,
X. And, like, you work with a mix of, like, millennials and Gen Z.
Yeah.
What would you say are the biggest differences between, like, your generation, Gen X, then, like, millennials,
Oh.
then Gen Z? Have you, like, seen something specific, or do you ever hear people say stuff where you're like, I don't get what you're talking about? Or,
Well,
like,
sometimes like definitely
Yeah.
pop culture,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
even know.
Yeah.
But I would say like when I was in the corporate world, I hired several millennials, and so smart and like innovative, but we would go and I was like the manager, and we go to the meeting, and then I'm like taking notes for them. They don't even have a piece of paper. Like it's just like somehow they switched it to put me to task.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you do that? Like,
Working for
them,
you into doing
I'm
it,
like-
yeah.
And but their ideas were like really good, but the work ethic is different. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm not saying it's worse. It's just they're probably working smarter, not harder,
Yeah.
and not implementing the same systems that we thought we had to do. Like and then the biggest difference and then I guess the other thing is like the careers and things being more fluid.
Yeah.
And no one thinks they have to be the same place forever, and they move on and everything's great. But so that was definitely not the way I was brought up. I think my dad still doesn't know why I would have quit my job.
Yeah. Can you tell like a difference between millennials and Gen Z, or do they all just like kind of blend together?
Probably blend together.
Yeah.
For me.
Do you feel like you see any differences?
Between Gen Z and millennial?
Maybe like millennial and Gen X, because like your parents are Gen X.
Yes.
Okay. What
And like Mindy's Gen X. My parents are boomers. So I can tell you about them. But
I don't know. Yeah, I guess like old traditional ways.
Yeah.
I feel like that is very Gen X still. Like that is the threshold between that and millennials. Like, my dad literally was about to hire someone. He's like, he is so qualified for the job. He's really smart. is such a good leader. I just wish he was older. And then I would give him the job.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does that matter?
Yeah.
But in his mind, that is just the way things are. That's how he was taught.
And
That's
like
how
what
it
you were
was
saying
just-
about like Nate having to call people to reject them.
Yes,
Because like you
yeah.
should call people to reject them from a job. I was like, I would never call
I know,
someone to
me
reject
either.
them
I'm
from a
like,
job.
what?
Like,
Yeah.
because they don't want to talk to me.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. He just feels like he has
More awkward for everyone. Yeah.
I mean, my dad still like he goes out like every single night, so he still is able to like have fun, but he also likes the hard working. He works really hard every single day,
Yeah.
but he also has a really hard work ethic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my gauge, but like working hard, but also playing hard, and then I guess the same like millennials, they work smarter, not harder.
And they're not feeling guilty about like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's Gen Z. Like I feel like millennials were more anxious and like kind of got branded as like not working as hard. But for me, I'm like Gen Z really like.
They're not
They're
anxious.
like they don't like. I feel like millennials didn't work as hard, but were anxious about it. And then Gen Z was like, no, I have fucking boundaries. Like I'm not doing that.
Right,
like
right,
fuck you
right.
guys, and like are just very like boundaries and like really will not like. Like one of my friends, she's like she manages this guy who's I don't know like 22, and he like forgot his computer cord one day, so he was like, I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah, I know.
And
Well, I
he
feel like
put it in
we
like he put it in like the full company chat. He's like, I'm just gonna leave. Like no point in me being here, and like no shame in that. Where a millennial would be like, oh, like I'm sick, and like would like stress about it. Where I feel like Gen Z like doesn't give a fuck.
Well, yes, but millennials work smarter because they still have that work ethic. But
Yeah.
Gen Z, I feel like we
Yeah.
work hard for what we care about.
Yeah.
If you don't care about it,
They aren't doing it. Oh, I want to play a game. Well, did you want to talk about her outfits that you researched?
Oh my gosh.
Megan went through your Facebook and pulled up some of
I
them.
saw oh my goodness. And I was on Facebook so early, there's no telling what's on that.
Megan went on your Facebook and looked through some of your most iconic outfits from over the
my
years.
gosh.
So we want to bring them up and talk about your thought process and maybe break them down.
well, it's also
Our plan was to roast you. We want to have a new segment where we roast all the
Yeah.
guests on their old outfits, but yours were all cute.
Oh, I don't know.
They're
I
all
feel
like
like-
the times.
Yeah, it's so very focused. Like, I can look at these photos and I can immediately tell what year this photo was
yeah.
taken
Yeah.
because
I was
it is
big
epitome of what
trend,
the fashion is. Now we're like, oh,
You don't.
what is it? But I want to see if you can guess
Okay,
what
that's
year
a good one.
Okay.
these are from.
Okay, so I'll
Oh,
describe it.
I know this is oh my god, a scarf. Is that an infinity scarf?
It
So she's
looks
wearing
like
an infinity scarf, a military jacket, some
Skinny
black
jeans.
skinny jeans, a short brown boot,
And a
some
side
cute
part.
little side part, some cute like kind of more like boho circle earrings, and the infinity scarf is like it's not knit, it's like more of a thin
Yeah.
material.
So I know where that was in the mountains in Blowing Rock, and is that like early 2000s or 2010? When is it?
2014.
That's actually the most 2014 outfit
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yes.
Now how about this one?
I loved that dress.
Okay, so in
I
the
thought I was something in that thing. Look at it. It's like it's not very flattering. Oh,
in
but
this okay, she's wearing a green. I'd say it's like skater or like
it's like a what's that shoulder cold shoulder?
yeah, and it has like 3/4 length sleeve or 2/3 length sleeves with a like the cutout sleeve
I
and
think that's a
aviators.
I think that's a TJ Maxx special.
And then you have, is that I don't know
could
what kind of
roast me.
jewelry that is, but it
A
looks-
really long necklace.
It looks like it could
Oh,
be
yeah.
like Kendra Scott. It's like a natural
I
stone.
never had that just because I was like too
It's like a
cheap,
natural
but
stone outlined in like gold,
yeah.
and it's long. Just one single
I
necklace.
feel like I borrowed that maybe from that's the girls trip. Salty Cowgirls. We go
Also,
every
your
year.
hair is straightened in this
Yes.
photo.
Side, big side part.
Can you guess what year this was?
That's before the 2014, right? I see. Let me think how long I've been going. Maybe not, because I was in Charleston. Let's say 2018.
2016.
Oh.
Okay.
See, I feel like I became a person in 2016. That's when I like started high school, and like my
Oh,
sister
yeah.
was like
You were
going into
15?
college. So I was like this was peak fashion for me. So I was like, this is iconic.
I think I had a dress
terrible.
like this in like my junior year of high school, but that was like
That's what-
2011. But
I
I
was
like
gonna
I
say.
thought it was so cute. I thought it was so cute, and then I saw the picture of me in it, and I was like it looks really cute on like I remember stalking like the popular girls on Facebook, and they would wear dresses like that, and then I wore it, and it was like beefy.
It's
arm,
like this,
yeah.
squeezing out the whole.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Okay,
that's
this
not
is
good.
the last photo.
Wait, you look cool. You kind of
Look
look.
at that purse.
I mean this in the nicest way because I think she's really pretty, but you kind of look like Kate from John and Kate Plus 8.
Oh my god.
Okay,
But, like,
describe it.
Okay, so she's wearing like really cool, kind of like Y2K, like. I feel like Kate Gosselin would wear those sunglasses.
Yeah, probably.
And then her hair is like maybe in like a ponytail or like a low bun, but it like
Can I just see who I'm with?
Oh,
that's okay.
she
That's
copped you.
okay.
And then it's like a high neck, kind of crazy pattern dress. I don't. How would you call it?
really
It's
remember
kinda like a
that
skater
dress.
dress.
looks like it would be from Charming Charlie's.
Or TJ Maxx. I would have
Probably
bought that.
TJ
I would have
Maxx.
bought that in TJ Maxx.
Most likely.
Like a teal crossbody bag
With the big bow on.
with a big bow on it.
Ooh, so that's Catherine Cronin, and we have, let's see, been in our house 12. It had to be, I think it's later. I think it's 2018.
2012.
Oh, hold on. How long have I been in our house? Because that's a neighbor that I met when we moved in. And I thought I'd only been there like, see, I don't even know, 15. Anyways. No,
You had a lot of like good outfits on your Facebook, but I felt like these were so identifiable from the time. And like there were a bunch of photos of like you and your girls growing up, and I was like, that's such a good like mom outfit. But it was kind of just like
plain.
more plain. And it seems like after 2010 you became more experimental.
Yeah, I think I was like really old.
Hello. Oh, it's okay.
I think when I was working, I would just shop at TJ Maxx for a long time, and then I stopped.
It was
you
so
know,
good though.
Yeah.
Okay. Second to last
Okay.
question. I pulled up your total sales at Thrift Pony since you started consigning. Can you guess how much? Not how much money you've made, but like how much total in sales
Like
you
revenue.
had. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of know what the running thing is this year. Like, I guess it's like 12 months or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know that that's a lot higher. So, how long have I been consigning at Thrift Pony?
I think since April of 2023, so about 3 years.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm gonna say.
That's a fun
What do you
question.
Is 50?
Higher.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. 60?
Higher.
Mindy, you
Wait,
are
1,000. 60,000.
Yeah, well, because I know this year's like 30. I'm at 33 or something.
you're like our top consignor.
Yeah.
God, that's 65.
$78,000.
And if only all of that could go to you.
Yeah.
Your kitty would be exploding.
I think that's crazy.
That
But
is
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, it's deserved.
I love it. I love Thrift Pony. I like what it stands for and what it's about, and it's been great. I don't know what I would be doing really.
Babysitting your kid. Do you want to lead us into our final segment?
Okay, this is what we like to do every single episode. We think about an article of clothing and how it describes our past week.
Yeah.
So if you could pick anything, it can be like hyper specific or kind of vague of what's been going on in your life, and use a piece of clothing to.
And yeah, it's not something necessarily that you've been wearing a lot, but something that encapsulates the vibe. And for you, because like we do it every week because we're on the podcast every week, but yours can be more like maybe last month or like the era you are in life. Like
Okay. Well, I go between. So it hasn't been a whole lot of tennis. Otherwise, I would say that. But I would say it's been very cold, and so I would say a fun, quirky, thick knit sweater,
like the golf one you bought today.
Yes, and like just comfortable jeans. And I would say that's really been my uniform this winter.
Yeah.
You know, I love like a fun sweater, and then they're hard to get rid of because I feel like it's unique. And, but yeah, I would say that.
What's yours, Megan?
I feel like mine is a oversized soft merch tee. I feel like I've said that before, but
Why?
I just am in my fangirl era, but I'm also like comfortable, and it's just
Lounging right your house.
a lot of stuff is going on, so I gotta just throw something on.
Mm-hmm. Mine is my purple hat that I wear sometimes.
Oh, the one with the furry.
But I lost it. I think it's in my car. But it's like this really fun purple hat. It's like a kind of hat. You just put it on your head and it has like a fuzzy little brim. And I look like a silly goose whenever I wear it, but I also feel like I can do whatever I want. And I feel like I got a haircut if you're watching the YouTube, and I don't like it. And it's no shade to my lovely hairstylist. I just don't think I look good with short hair and bangs. It's something with my bangs that's bugging me. But it felt so good to get it cut off. But I have been like, I'm like, oh, this is an whenever I get a bad haircut, I'm like, this is an opportunity to work on my personality and become funnier to make up for how less good I look. And then I also say, this is an opportunity to play around with hats, to play around with fun clips and stuff. So I'm definitely going to be wearing a lot of hats, and I really like my purple one because it's like, I feel like it makes me look so stupid that it's like, I can do whatever I want. Like, they're like, that's a crazy girl. And I am.
No. And also, I think about your like sexy fur trench suede. You look so good.
I love that one too. Yes.
Like that is.
I love that one. I don't feel like that encapsulates my essence right now, but probably like in the next few weeks.
Maybe over the holidays.
Yeah.
But, I love that.
I'm in my I'm covered in paint and wearing a hat right now era because I've been painting a lot.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Yay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Mindy. This was so much fun. Thank you to everyone who listened. We are back on YouTube now, so you can watch us on YouTube. Last week's episode is on YouTube as well. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye. Yay. Great job.